we get there, I have to tell you, don't we have the illest playlist? When I went to Migori via road, of course, through Kericho to Sepole, to a friend who lost the mother. And I listen a lot. Of course, keep switching frequencies from Nairobi and whatever. But SpiceFM has, whether I work here or not, we have the best, absolutely best playlist any radio station can boast of in this country. I don't know about outside our borders, but inside our borders, inside the 254, hands down, SpiceFM. Because you guys, sometimes your playlists are erratic. But big WhatsApp to Andrew Mark says, great bright Monday, Airborne on 96.0. You're listening from Nakuru. Thank you. Shalo Mokalama from Teresia Cabras. Wajen Maina from Nyeri, Taxi Naivas. Thank you. Louis Ebilori, listening from Busia Amagoro, Awata village. Thank you so much. And Natty Brown from Maganjo. So our conversation today is discipline. Discipline. I know many people have stopped physically correcting their children. Even in schools, corporal punishment was banned. And I'm like, it's not a fine line between child abuse and discipline. It's a whole continent in between the two things. Discipline is non-negotiable. At least in my books it is. You must teach your children from a very early age that their actions must bear the consequences that will come from whatever actions they take. And that's the reason why when I find people who are like, oh, it's cruel, how do you inflict physical pain to teach someone a lesson? Okay, to each their own. Like, I'm not going to sit here I've just been in the parenting game for 7 years. It's my first rodeo. I only have one. So I'll be honest. You kind of grow up in the dark and then you find your way, you go with your instincts, and a little of what you watched or happened to you growing up. We draw a lot from how our parents parented us. But lately, I was even having a conversation with someone. I'm like, so you don't punish your children? She's like, oh, she would never beat her child. She also has one child. I'm like, why? She's like, that's physical abuse. How do you inflict pain to teach a lesson? I'm like, wait, you need to tell my dad this. Because my dad would flat out die of laughter. Death by Chekos. I kid you not. Because my dad was like the tom-tom drums of West Africa. He was beating that drum. And I was a handful. So you can imagine how much pounding I've taken throughout my life. I've been bondward. What? Like those Juakali artisans. Me, I've been chapward proper. proper. Did it work? I will say to an extent it did. Oh, of course, there's what do you call them? There's the small little footnotes that you also can't everlastingly beat your children. Like there's a certain age where now you can sit and have a conversation and be like, dude, you can't do that. Sawa. The first years, the formative years, of course you're going to do a little spanking. We are black. It comes with the manual, right? You don't beat your children. So what is this that you do? I take away their toys. What? You are depriving them of earthly pleasures. Do they have any at 9? So this child, by the way, let me tell you, some of you have monsters for children. And I know you're going to come at me the way you came to me the last time. We're not talking to children who have conditions here. I'm just talking about good old knuckle-headed little brats. You'll tell me some children are acting like that because there's some underlying, you know, the issues and the conditions. Not those. I'm talking about just good old-fashioned, bad, ill-mannered children. And I told you I went to the banking hall to pick up my new ATM card. Yeah, they still make those, Gen Z, if you're listening. Can you imagine? They sit when adults are standing. And there's no in hell I'm even going to have a discussion with any of those children because I know where that comes from. It comes from your house. You're not telling Kamama and Kababa Jack So who do you expect is going to tell them? There's certain things that, so how are we ever going to be Africans if you don't teach those things? Just respect the disabled, the elderly, talking back at people, speaking to their help like they're slaves. I'm like, get out. There's no excuse for certain things. There was no discussion. When an older person entered the room, even queuing in the supermarket, you'd draw back your trolley and let them go. Even if you had, yes, a packet of crisps, and this person had a big load of, you just let them, just by virtue of this is an older person. You'd not want them to stand longer in line, right? What happened? Where's the disconnect? Because something happened along the way, because your little brats out here are just messy for days. How am I? They are just on the phone, like, Grandpa, you should have woken up earlier. Hey, what? If you don't discipline your children, you're going to have issues when they're adults, because then they're stuck in their ways. And I'm like, we're really losing not just our culture, but the essence of what makes us African. Those are not things you're taught in school. That's parenting. Full stop. That is basic parenting. Teaching your children respect. That's not your teacher's job. You guys want to go and hustle and give them good lives, and then you forget about the software. You only want to concentrate on the shiny stuff outside. My child is in, I don't know what, international school. That little knucklehead who is going to survive without you. They are not even housebroken. They just speak good English. I'm going to play jams. I'm tired. You're even ruining the yam weekendness I had. But when I come back, I'm going to read your comments. I just want to know, modern day parenting, how are you disciplining your children? Because they're clearly not disciplined.